Hey there, it's Mary, just a little laggy as always. Don't know why. It is weekly Wednesday, Stampin' with Mary at the Stampin' Cafe. Glad you are able to join me. Just waiting for it to get going here. I hope you are all having a great night. I um, I cannot believe I have so much to share with you guys. It's crazy. It is crazy. So I have all sorts of great fun things to share, you guys. It's amazing all the stuff that's happening in the Stampin' Up world. It's like whoa, but also just stuff happening with me too. Oopsies. Hold on. Trying to get here. Trying to get here. Everything is just so choppy woppy. Here we go. Here we go. Says there's 2 people watching me. Yay! Oh, yikes. Let's see if this gets any better. I am frozen on my end. I don't know about you guys. Hey Veronica, hey Cindy. I am frozen on my end. Am I frozen for you guys? So I am going to refresh. I am having some laggedy leg problems here for sure. It's crazy. You made it, you made it. You're fine, I'm fine. Great. I'm so glad to hear it. Well, make sure that you if you join, guys, make sure you say hi. Okay, because it is prize night. That's always fun. I don't like where I'm seeing my comments right now, so I'm going to see if I can change that. Go back down. No, go back down. Oof. I'm sorry, you guys. It is just the weirdest thing here. Don't know what's happening. I'm going to go back to here. Back to here. We'll get it. We'll get it. We shall get it. So, I have some great things to share. First off, my daughter is getting married, and I ordered several dresses. Hey Betty, hey Teresa, and from Macy's online, and 3 of the 4 came in, and I tried them on. Oh, because your husband's watching baseball. That's funny. And and 2 of the 3 dresses were really, really great. I would keep either one, except for they're just too big on the top. And I just went ahead and did the return, and then I ordered a couple different ones. So it's kind of fun, to try these different dresses on and stuff like that. I'm also short, and so everything's really long. Hey, Nichelle. I hope you guys, I am clear on your end because I am fuzzy on my end. My computer is having a hard time. Not sure why, but it is. Hey, so Maria, how's the weather back there in Michigan? Yeah, she's getting married on December 2nd. And so I will find the one dress I really, really like. It's a red velvet, kind of a deep red. And it's kind of one of those where it's higher in the front and then it's longer in the back, and it's long to where it even has just a little bit like of a train kind of look to it. But if I was wearing a bit of height of heels, it wouldn't drag on the floor. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so I am going to switch over here because I have way too much to share. I'm sharing, I'm liking, I'm giving hugs. You guys can do it too. Hi, Susan. You made it in. Yay. Welcome, welcome. Here, let me switch over now. It is prize night, so I do have to make sure I keep up with that of who is with me. And I will try to do that. Ooh, interesting. I got a little shadowies going on here. What's the dealio? I don't know. It's okay. That's all right. We're okay. A little warmer today. Yeah, we've been just cloudy, rainy, and in the low 60s. And you guys, you know, we were talking about candy corn recently. Look what I have here. I have peppermints. Don't ask me why. My candy corn I put upstairs, but the C's peppermints were calling my name. We had them in a drawer. Hey, Betty. Oh, I am just frozen on my end. Am I frozen for you guys? I hope not. You guys just tell me if things are running amok, okay? Well, the first thing I'm going to share with you guys is the November paper pumpkin. Now, this subscription period goes October 11 to November 10th. And I'm crunching my peppermint. Sorry. Now, this one is coming in this really great paper pumpkin box, but it is a gifting paper pumpkin box. The Warm Wishes kit includes 8 boxes, 4 each of 2 designs, a mossy meadow spot, iridescent glitter accents, linen thread, and 8 food-safe bags, and a photopolymer stamp set. What I like is the size box is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 1 1/2. So it's 1 1/2 inches deep, but it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, which is a pretty good size box. What else is there is the Warm Wishes coordinating card and envelope kit that you can add. The card kit makes 5 by 7 cards. It's $14 for 20 card bases and 20 coordinating envelopes. And so that is what's happening from now until November 10th. You can take advantage of that up to November 10th. You do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber in order to do the add-on kits. There's other ways and things too. And if you're interested, you know, it's great to just do it for 1 month. And there you go. It also kind of coordinates with the current Paper Pumpkin that just ended subscription, which is making the beautiful village cards. That's going to be great. All right, there's my first share of the evening. Now it is card sharing time, you guys. All right, so I've got a card from Anne. She's using that wonderful meadow design. And this is a card from Diane. Look at that. Little vintage Halloween. I love it. Thanks for sharing, Michelle. Appreciate it. And this one is from Miss B. Looky there. And then on the inside, I love she's got the red eyes for the black cat. So that Grassy Grove die, I have another person that's used it too. This Grassy Grove die, it can be very spooky if you want it to. May your Halloween be a good old night of fun, full fun and thrills and heaps of delight. Oopsies. Let me set them aside here. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Then this one, giraffes are my thing. I love giraffes. Wait a minute, gnomes are my things, owls are my things. Now all of a sudden I'm telling you about giraffes. No, I do love giraffes. It says chin up. Look at those beautiful little guys. And that one was from Virginia. Told you I got lots to share. This one is from Jessica. Sunshine, a little something to brighten your day. That's pretty. That's using some of the discontinued, they were gold ephemera, so to speak. That's Jessica. And then Teresa shared this one right here. And it is a bay window. You tuck this right under, and now it is a stand-up. And it's 3-dimensional. I had done this at the Daisies class, specialty class. We did a fancy fold. I think this was, it was my fancy fold 101 class. So very cool, Teresa Hamner. And now here is another one. This one's from Linda. And she also used the Grassy Grove die, and she did that in the glimmer, black glimmer paper, and then she did some Wink of Stella on the Witch in the Cauldron. Not a trick, just a treat. So there's two versions there. That's pretty cool. Oh, and then this one, uh-oh, I have it out of the envelope. Oh, who did this one? Oh no. Did they do the, oh, this is another one for Teresa. Teresa sent, oh, that's what I did. Nope, my mistake. I had said something was Teresa and it was not Teresa. This one is Teresa's. This one is V's. Yes, thank you, V. I knew something was wrong the minute, and I had, you know, when I pulled the card out and I said Teresa, my brain was like, wait a minute, I think that was Veronica's, but I didn't say anything until I got to my issue. This one is Teresa Hamner's card. Look at those cute little ghosties and all the little spiders. And then emboss the ghostly greetings. So fun. Let's see. Why can't I get this card open? Happy Halloween. Fun, fun, fun. And then this was an entry for my last sketch challenge of inspiration. So, so pretty. And then, oh my George. Why is it oh my George? Is that for George Hamilton? I mean, George, no, George Washington. This is Susan Hoffert's Make a Card, Send a Card. Ooh, if you're not in her group, I bet you're jealous. Look at that shaker for fall. So, so fun. Love it. And then look at those layers on the inside. Love it, love it, love it. So great. So there are our cards. Some of the cards from Make a Card, Send a Card. Now, my theme for tonight is the same thing that I posted on Stampin' Cafe. If you're part of that social Stampin' group, I put a challenge on there with a video from Gwen. Gwen is a paper crafter on YouTube, and if you checked out that video, if you're on the Stampin' Cafe, if you checked out that video, you can then subscribe to her channel. She does all sorts of paper crafting, and it's not Stampin' Up, it's just all sorts of paper crafting. She got great and fabulous ideas. But you know, she has the same thing that we sometimes talk about, and that is having way too much, they call it pattern paper. If you're not in Stampin' Up, it's patterned paper. And a lot of patterned paper is just one-sided, but we are Stampin' Up's Designer Series paper, DSP. Now the thing that's funny is we all love our Stampin' Up Designer Series paper. Stampin' Up's Designer Series paper is really high quality. I've gotten some pattern paper from like the craft stores, and it's so thin. And Stampin' Up's is just, the quality of the coloring is just so rich and nice. So anyway, on the Stampin' Cafe Facebook page, the challenge for this month is to do one of the techniques that Gwen is talking about in the ugly pattern paper video. She gives lots of tips and tricks on what to do. And you just create something using one of her tips and tricks, and then you upload it to the Stampin' Cafe page, and or message it to me, or like, I think, was it V? Was it you that sent the card, or was it? Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. I keep people straight. And then you can win a package of any of the Designer Series paper. That's current. How fun! So I am going to create tonight with that idea of ugly pattern paper. Now, ugly doesn't necessarily mean ugly. It could mean like, what do you do with this? For example, this page right here. I've got a bunch of Santas, St. Nick's. I got a bunch of trees. When I cut it, I'm gonna cut Santa in half. All sorts of things. You really wouldn't want to use this as a background on a card base, But basically you would want to be cutting out these images and use it that way, right? Of course. Now, I am going to talk about an ugly piece of designer series paper. Okay, are you guys ready? I got to tell you, this piece of designer series paper to me is a beautiful design on it. But the color is just, as Susan would say, I don't like it. This actually is the wild wheat, and it's a lot right now. When you look at this sheet, it's like, whoa, I cannot, how am I going to use this, right? So one of the tips that Gwen talks about is she talks about use a small amount of it. So the first project I'm going to share with you today is using a small amount of this paper. And then I'm going to bring in some of this. Okay, so let's talk about using that small amount. Now, I have a piece of Mossy Meadow cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 for my base. I have a piece of basic white that I'm going to use for the inside layering of the card. You always want to layer on a dark cardstock because you won't be able to see it when you write. Those colors are ick. Exactly, Veronica. But if you are in my Make a Card, Send a Card groups, I do 2 groups. If you got my Boo card, I used the Wild Wheat. I used the Daisy Designer Series paper, and the one side is Wild Wheat, kind of watercolored. I used that, and then I put a spider web mat on top, and I used Wild Wheat to sponge the web on it, and it works for Halloween. It works for Halloween. All right, then I took another piece of Mossy Meadow, and I cut it at 5 1/4 by 4, excuse me, and put it down, and I embossed that with the Quatrefoil tile embossing folder. It is not a 3D one, and the reason why I like this one is that this design kind of mimics the design in the paper, but it's not real big. They're small, and they don't come out as deep as the what do you call it, 3D folders. Okay, now the next thing that was my friend were the stitched rectangles. And what I did is, I'm thinking what Gwen said, use a small amount of that paper. So I took this one and I die cut out a small piece of the paper. And now I'm just using this small piece of this design, and it is going to get layered on this piece right here, which is one of our in colors. And the light for the life of me, my brain, Pebbled Path. I was going to say it would, and that's going to come here like so. Now putting that Pebbled Path in here really helps, because when you put this on here, it's kind of sickening. Oh, hi, Rhonda, welcome. So you want to have something in between, and this actual Pebbled Path works really well. It makes this part right here look more like Pebbled Path, even though it's Mossy Meadow. This Mossy Meadow can't quite look as vibrant next to that Wild Wheat, and so I'm putting that in between a little bit there. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some of my tape. And I know I tell you whenever I do embossing on cardstock, I usually always will use liquid glue. Well, I'm doing this because I'm going to bring some of the the Pebbled Path ribbon on here. And I'm not just going to do it one time. I am going to be doing it a couple of times, maybe even 3 times. I'm going to do kind of some stripes here with it. Whoops. And the goal is to keep them straight. Let me just do this one. I'll get this one straight. Maybe. Oh my gosh. Everything is sticking to me. Sorry. All right. And so those of you coming in, I was talking about formal wedding dresses for weddings. And, you know, I'm kind of a pudgy girl. I'm sorry, what words do I use? I am a, we were talking about this at work one time. You don't tell somebody they're sturdy or they're thick or they're, you know. But, you know, I've been around a long time and it doesn't really matter. So I'm a big girl. So these dresses, you know, I got my size that I thought I would wear. And every one of them just too big on my top part, of course. But there is one dress I really like. So I took the other ones back and ordered smaller on that other. So I'm going to go with the 3 of them, just like so. So now I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. And I use the liquid glue for this because, one, when you use your tape runner, you could mush the pattern, you know, but really it's because it will hold better. The glue can get down in all those nooks and crannies. You guys have been with me. You've heard me say that how many times. And then I'm going to put this on the front. I'm not doing any bow or anything like that. So by doing these 3 pieces of ribbon across, it's just going to help to, again, ground some things. I'm using the pebbled path. I want to call this polished pink for some reason. The pebbled path background here. And then just a little bit of that paper. I'm then going to use some dimensionals just on the 4 corners. And the reason I'm only doing the 4 corners, because again, I would never usually do that, I'd always put more in the centers, is because we have the ribbon there. That ribbon is going to push up on the cardstock anyway. So I want it to go this way. No. So we don't have to worry about it sinking in the center. So there we are. That's just giving a really nice kind of glimmery, because this is glimmery. This is not very traditional in Christmas. It's more of that kind of rich vintage Christmas look. Now, I do not have the St. Nick stamp set nor the dies. Hi, Sherry. Oh, please, you were pleasingly plump, Veronica. Hey, Linda. Pleasingly plump. Oh, plump. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm just going to write down a couple more people while you guys look at my Santa man. He is one that I just fussy cut it out. Oh, stop. Sherry, when I put my cursor on things, it brings stuff up that I don't want it to bring up. Full figure. Yeah, full figure. It's, you know, hey, Becky. Yeah. Anyway, so now, and the other problem is I'm really short. And so I put them on. They were all too long except the velvety red one that I really like. Okay, I got other names on there. So I'm going to use my St. Nick here. And then I simply just need a sentiment for that. And I'm going to get, what was I going to use for this? I don't know what I was going to use for this. I have to have a Christmas sentiment set. That's what I have to have. If I don't have the Christmas sentiments, it will be a strange card. All right. So we are going to use do I want it long? Do I want just a 'tis the season? Season's greetings, happy holidays. To you and yours this Christmas. I think I like that. To you and yours this Christmas. This Christmas. That is not going to end well. Whoa! Sticky, sticky. That's not good. All right. So then I need my white Come on, white, where are you? Just need a few. Thank you. And I am going to use, I should use Pebbled Path. No, I should use Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow it shall be. Whew, my Mossy Meadow needs a refill. To you and yours this Christmas. All right, now the best thing that we could do for this would be to use a rectangle. So let's grab the rectangle that's going to work perfectly, just like so. You guys know where this is going, don't you? You know where this is going. You know. And, oh, you guys. Guess what is not with me? My little plates. Let me grab them. Makes no sense why they're not there, but you know. Ooh! Spooky fun Sunday is this Sunday. And I have several people coming. We're kind of a full group. It's going to be so spooky, ooky fun. Oh, sorry, I have to turn this around. Do you guys have a certain arm that you use when you use your die cut machines? Oh no, you can never have too many stamping sayings. You have to have saying sets. I really like the Brightest Glow. I think that's a great sentiment set for the holidays. I really do. There we go. Now I have my plates with my machine. It always usually sits on my seat next to me, and the machine was there, but the plates weren't. And then we have that same stitching that we have on the rectangle piece, which is great. And it all just coordinates, but we certainly can't leave it like this because it's too white. In fact, it would have been nice to do it in the Pebbled Path, but I like the trim on Santa's coat, and I like the trim on his hat and his beard. So I'll just do a little sponging around. A lot came on the sponge. Might not have been on the stamp, but there's a lot on this sponge. So we'll do that and just bring the white down a little bit. All right. Go on, fluffiest friends, you stay over there. Now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and put our Santa down. Now Santa, I am not going to raise up with dimensionals. Just going to do that and give him a little bit of glue on his feet right there, on the Christmas tree right here, and right here. I just did one strip of the tape down the center and then use the liquid glue. Do I like that? Do I want it off the side? You guys want it off the side like that? Or do you want it right in the center like so? So right in the center or off to the side? Wish you lived closer. tell everyone that I've worked hard on the side. Yeah, I agree. I think so too. Now I'm just going to use liquid glue and just on the whole thing. When it gets to the ribbon, that liquid glue will go ahead on the ribbon. Now that's just going to cover up that one bit of the ribbon, which I don't mind. I want it to come right to that end. So there we are. Okay, and then you guys, I know I used the ribbon, but we've got to talk about what could be a good basic boy, I have to tell you, I was doing my free shipping. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, yes. We got the beautiful grays there. My free shipping order. Oh, you guys. So many embellishments. Not available, not available, not available. Well, fine. Okay, yeah, beautiful for sure. I'm going to put one right here. I'm going to then bring a little one down into here right next to it. And then another little one right here. Basically just pulling your eye right into the sentiment. Okay? Yeah, completely vintage. Now, that designer series paper doesn't look so icky now. This card is beautiful. When you tie in the colors that are in the paper, now, I would have never ever used a wild wheat base of a card because then I think it takes it out of Christmas. But this just, to me, is really beautiful. I like doing the 3 stripes of the Pebbled Path design ribbon. Sorry. And then that just, he looks great. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do our inside of the card for our guy. Just let me put that right back into the thing there and put my embellishments in their little container. All right, so now the inside of our card, I'm going to come back to my sentiment set, and it says, to you and yours this Christmas. I'm going to do the wishing you season of hope and light. And I know I need to do it with the Mossy Meadow because that's what I used on the front of the card. But my Mossy Meadow pad, my goodness, I do not know what's happening. Now I do have a couple of stamp pads, and I don't know if you can see it. If you can see the rumpling in my pad here, it's just really kind of strange. I have a couple like that. They're just very different textured than I think they're supposed to be. Now, if I go back to that designer paper, you guys, just really quick. I've got this one page that I used when I cut out my Santas, and I just wonder if I couldn't just grab a tree here. It doesn't seem like it would be tough to cut out or take long. The longest thing is for me probably putting that paper back. So what else do I have to share with you today? Well, I talked to you about the paper pumpkin for November, how it is 8 gift boxes that are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 1 1/2 deep, and that you're going to get 8 food safe bags, which is great fun. And there is a card add-on kit, 20 cards and 20 envelopes with a beautifully designed card bases. And they make 5 by 7 cards. So that can be subscribed today through November 10th. So I talked about that already. I'm excited about that. I love when Stampin' Up! Does the gift ideas, because I have people at work that I like to do things for, or sometimes my daughter Julianne will come and she'll make for her coworkers. And so it's just fun. The coworkers love to get all that kind of stuff. And when Stampin' Up! Already does all that beautiful work for you, you don't have to work for it. It's great. They go together really quick and everybody just loves them. So that is for that. Now, speaking of kind of the gift kits, the kits collection, there is a new kit. Oh, look at that. There's a new kit that's available right now, and it's called the Christmas Countdown Kit. And this countdown kit is so cool, and I'll share it in just a minute, you guys. All right, so there is my first trick from Gwen on what to do with an ugly piece of pattern paper. Hi, Shar. Welcome, so glad you made it. Oh, you never thought of using ribbon like that. Well, you know, since I'm not doing, oh, sorry. Oh, there, Teresa. Hey, Teresa, when I went to order the Festive Tags kit, it was back ordered. So Susan is being wonderful and bringing me one on Sunday. So then I can go ahead and put together your things to get mailed to you. I'm so sorry about that. One of her tricks was use a small amount of that designer paper or that pattern paper that you find to be ugly or that you don't know what to do with. So there is a first tip. There it is. Cut that designer series paper, cut that image out, or just use a small, right, piece of that pattern paper. So there you go. There's that one. So let me just show you real quick before I do another tip. This Christmas countdown kit. Oh my gosh. Look at all of these because you are getting 25. It's an Advent countdown. You're getting 25 of these. And I can't even tell you guys, the price of this kit is awesome. And then here you go. Here are your 25 envelopes with all of the beautiful embellishments on them to count down for the holidays. And they have string that you can string up however you would like. But let me just show you the size of the envelopes. I was watching the video, and I will go ahead and put the video out. You can just go to Stampin' Up! On YouTube, and they'll have that video right there for you. But you get your dimensionals. Look at you get the cherry cobbler and the linen. You get red rhinestones, and you get these really pretty like burlap and greenery, but it's all kind of in the crumb cake color. And look at the size of the envelopes. Put little gift cards in here. You could pop it a little bit and throw in a little bit of card candy in there. But how fun. This kit is going to be so much fun. So that is available now. And it's all that wood look. You've got kind of the wood rounds. I love it. It's very, very woodsy. And then you've got your golds. And we've got bows and leaves and poinsettias and holly berries in 3 and some pretty wreaths. I mean, there's just so much. Oh, and glue dots. Love those. But really, really great. So I know what people are going to do. They're going to get this kit, and they are going to not use the envelopes that way. They're going to create cards and all sorts of wonderful things. I myself, it'd be another fun thing to do for people at work, and hang it in the staff room and let everybody choose. That's so fun. Anyway, there you go. That is the Christmas Countdown Kit, and it is online available now. All right, that commercial's over, you guys. That's the second thing I needed to share tonight. All right. Now, oh, I know. I was talking to my friends that were here stamping, and we talked about just the amount of money. Like Stampin' Up! Had the Advent box where you decorated the box and you had all of the little drawers. And I used to do that for my daughters. I would sit on the piano and I would divide it up and who gets which box which days. And then you had to throw my husband into that. My gosh, you would go to like World Market or any of these places and it would end up costing so much money when you're putting it all together. Okay, another tip, from Gwen is what do you do when you've got these really big and bold patterns and they're just huge. And so I took one of the pages, and I don't know why I don't have another one of those in here to share it with you what it looked like, because it's not this one, but it was the 12 by 12 piece that looked like this. And it was just a big paper full of these huge, big flowers. And again, it's too big, it's too busy for your eyes, but did you know also in the translucent floral, this is the stamp set, in the dies, there's a die that cuts this little guy out. So wouldn't we ever even think to do that? But we also wouldn't use this big piece of paper as a background on a card or anything like that. So what you want to do is when you're watching TV or watching YouTube videos or things like that, is you want to go ahead and cut out those flowers and even cut out those ones that are on the edge, because I'm actually going to show you that and how we're going to use that, and even down to the littlest flower when you have to cut it off. And even something like this, you could put this on the inside of the card, but there's all sorts. And then don't get rid of these little guys, because you can die cut these out with the dies and have a whole bunch of these for your cards. Okay, so I just kept a little bag and just was cutting out when we were watching baseball and have some of those to do. All right, so I didn't get through the whole sheet, obviously, but almost. So let's set that aside. Let's set the translucent florals aside. I'll put those there. And for this first card, I have a piece of the Berry Burst, because that's one of the colors in the designer paper. Where do I find my colors, you guys? Yeah, the translucent florals paper is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. But again, that's a lot, right? And even to take just this piece of it, that's a lot. These images are big. So what do you do with these big images? You know, when you have a small little pattern like that, it's perfect. You can put that on a backdrop of your card, right? But something this large is a little bit hard on our eyes. So I have the Berry Burst cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I have, oh, there it is, you guys. This was the piece, it was just the back side. This is the piece that I was using. And as you can see, it's pretty big, So I'm gonna turn it over and use that really pretty side right there, okay? And I'm going to put this down on the card. And put that there. There we go. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my stamp set here for these dots. You know I love my dots, and I need those dots. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to grab my bubble bath. I'm using Bubble Bath because this is a light Berry Burst, but Bubble Bath, even though it's light, I think it'll work perfect for this. And I should not have glued that down. You know why? Because I'm stamping on it. Oh my goodness. That's okay. Not a problem. So now let me take a look at my Bubble Bath. And see, it's very, very light. But see, that's what I want. It's going great. Good, good, good. I wanted to give a little more interest to this paper. There. There we go. Cleaned off my stamp. Yes, that translucent, and that is on the online exclusives part of the store. That paper, the translucent florals, well, let me get you the right name. It's called Delightful Floral. Hey, you guys, and you know it's free shipping through 11:55 our time in Pacific time. Free shipping of $75 or more. Now I am going to use the ones that have the edge. So I'm going to pull out anything that I cut that's on the edge or was on the edge of the design square. We don't want to get rid of those. You know, we cut our images and then we leave the ones that are on the edge, and we just don't. Well, all of those look like they're on the edge, but they're not. They were a flower that was sticking up. Here's another corner. And I think that might be it. I have a couple of leaves that I just had trimmed off. Okay. So we'll set these aside. All right. So I've got like this one right here, very pretty. Right? We could put it down like that. And then I could bring this one in down here. And even bring this one in. Let's see. Put that one up a little higher. Put this one kind of on. Do I want to put him underneath or on top? That's kind of fun. He actually looks like he goes this way. Could bring this one down here. That's very interesting, isn't it? It's pretty. Reminds me a little bit of one of the other challenges I had out before, where I had the things in the bottom corner. Ooh, I like that. What do you guys think of that? I think that looks good, because then I thought I was going to have a kind of a sentiment right in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just lift up one. So doing this kind of technique where you take the big, big, bold images and you just fussy cut them out, and then you use them in a little bit different way. I want this one to be right on the... I liked working with these ones that were on the edges. I just love that in like pictures and photographs that are framed. Or you think about wallpaper patterns where the wall ends. It just gets kind of cut off. Weather the image. Now I don't want these leaves to fight each other, so I'm going to come down a little bit with this one. And that way that leaf can be right in there with it. Fun. Let's put where this one's going to go so I don't get in its way. There we are. And then you want to make sure you get these glued down, lined up well. These colors are just so nice together. It's got Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze. These are the Cajun Craze, but it's just nice light Cajun Craze. And it's because it just looks so light because it's a bit translucent, right? It's that idea of the translucent florals, which makes it just much softer. Berry Burst, and then Bubble Bath. Liquid glue really helps you in this sense. There we are. Oh, and this one needs to go under here. Let's get it under there before it. Oh, up. Get it? Turn. Can't have you getting on top of that flower. Ooh, look at that, you guys. That's looking good. All right. Now the next thing we need is what are we doing for our sentiment? So let's get this here. We have wishing you all the happiness in the world. Happy birthday, you're the best, congratulations. That wishing you, that could go good right here. Let's see. Oh, it's awfully small. We don't want that, you guys. It's awfully small. It's awfully small. So let's go to our sentiments. I have happy labels. So sincere. I really love the so sincere. Knowing you brings joy to my heart. Ooh, let's see how big that one is. I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't forget your birthday. I was just stretching it out. That is so funny. Here's to beautiful beginnings and happily ever afters. Ooh, I like that. Let's do that one. I wanted something that's going to be kind of, but no, I don't, do I? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. Your kindness is appreciated. I like that. I like that one. Your kindness is appreciated. Now, we can think about that because that's going to go right in there. And I have my bucket because I don't think I want to use just a rectangle, a stitched rectangle, do you? I mean, I could, but I've got all these other great, ooh, I've got an oval. I like the oval idea. But I also have this idea here too. Ooh. I don't think that'll work. But this may work just lovely. Our country in. Yes. That would be great. Now, I found where my things went, you guys. I have several of the plates, and they were in with my dies. That's funny. Now, the thing to know is with this, I'm not going to double layer because I find that the layers of the dies are like far apart. And I just, it just doesn't seem to work for me. The big gap like that, I just don't like it. All right, I am going to be using my Memento ink. I need a block. All right, I'll use this one. So while I'm doing that, what else did I want to share with you guys tonight? I did the paper pumpkin for November, that they're gift boxes, and they're beautifully designed. That's going to be awesome. I don't have to worry about it. Then the card add-ons, 5x7, already designed card bases and envelopes, 20 of each. Christmas countdown kit, yes. Check that one off. And again, you can get that right now. Free shipping, $75 is through tonight. And what am I doing? Oh, I'm die cutting. You guys thought I should probably die cut these on the colored cardstock and then emboss and all of that kind of stuff, but no. Nope. Not today. It's about the ugly designer paper. And again, I wouldn't say ugly. This translucent florals, it's gorgeous paper. And again, it is found in the online exclusives. There are several, I think there's 5 papers that were going to be part of the second release of Celebration. And those papers coordinated with, some of the papers coordinated with products like this translucent florals goes with the florals. And the Saint Nick paper is also an online exclusive. And it as well coordinated with the Saint Nick bundle. So I'm using Bubble Bath. And what I like about this die, it gives like a little beveled edge. I like that. Now, something that this card probably could have used was another layer between the Berry Burst but that's okay. So I'm gonna grab, sorry. Ugh. Do I want this ribbon here? Yes, I do. What I like about this ribbon is it's kind of that iridescent, and it picks up, like it's white, but it picks up what's underneath there. It is so cool. So what I'm going to do I want to just have a little shimmy there of it? Sure, that's what I'll do. I am not versed on all the things you can do with your ribbon behind the center. Oh, I just cut that terribly. There we go. What I usually do is just a little with my tape, then I stick that down, and then I hope that whatever I do with my sentiment, you're going to be able to see it. I probably could have made it just a little longer, but I didn't. So there you go. Now this, I'm going to give 2 here, 2 here, and 1 in the center. I know the label's not huge, but it needs it. There we are. And of course, we have our inside of the card. And for that inside of the card, I am going to grab just one of our little flowers, and it's going to go right there. So while I'm finishing up, one more thing is right now there's going to be in November new online exclusives that are available for which one did I use? This one here. Is there just a thank you then? There's not just a thank you there, but there is a thank you right here, and it's kind of close. No, this one right here. You can never have enough thank yous, I'm just saying. And since there's cursive and print, there's cursive and print on this one too. Just saying. That is the Happy Labels. And then I really like the So Sincere. It's just got great sentiments for sympathy and feel better and happy birthday and thankful. But something fancy is always good too. Those are the 3 that I grabbed because they're so good. Ooh, nice and bold. Thank you. And that's going to go on the inside. If I can get it open. There we go. And this tape runner is just about out. And we need need some fun gems. Let's go with our iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. They also pick up any color. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Come on, you. I'm going to put one there, and then I'm going to grab another one and put that right there in the center of that flower. And then I'm going to, oh, gunky gunk. And then I'm going to take a little one here, and I am going to put it over here in that flower, just like so. Pretty, 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 you guys. I know. All right, well, I can never get to my third card, you guys. It's after 7. It's 7:02. So this one that Gwen, the YouTuber, shared for ugly pattern paper, or those pattern papers that you just don't know what to do with because the images are so big, it is cut them apart and then utilize them on your projects. So that is a great one. So I have a great pile here that I can continue to craft with, as well as, not to forget, if I have the translucent floral bundle and I have the dies, these can get die cut out with one of the dies, which is great. So I don't want to throw those away and waste them. Okay, so that is an idea for what she talked about there. Cut out those big bold images and use them. Okay, so on the online exclusives right now, there is a pre-order for demonstrators. Whenever new products come out, Stampin' Up! Puts it out for demonstrators the month before. And so one of the online exclusives coming out is this Fluffiest Friends bundle. Now, the Fluffiest Friends bundle is so stinking cute. Look at this bear. And look at the beaver with the heart sticks. So, so cute. Fluffiest Friends. And then you have the dies to cut them out. But look at, you also get a beehive. You get branches, you get all these leaves and grass. There's a balloon, and then you get a couple of balloons, and then you get your image dies to cut all these guys out. I absolutely love this little guy, so I pre-ordered it. I did not pre-order another bundle, which actually is going to be a suite, but prize tonight, my prizes tonight, is to share these beautiful, what are we calling them? Adhesive back dragonflies and birds. These gold little guys, so beautiful. And then this is the Meandering Meadow. And the suite that's coming next month on the online exclusive is called the Meandering Meadow Design Suite of Products. And I'm telling you what, I love, love, love this. And if you're a demonstrator and you want to pre-order any of these things, I would highly recommend you do. And I ordered 2. So they're not limiting you to what you can order before customers can order. This paper is going to fly out of the store shelves. I'm just saying. The back side is kind of watercolored wash, but look at Monet is my absolute favorite artist, and so what do you think I'm saying right now with this? It is just crazy gorgeous. And the backs are gorgeous too, don't get me wrong, but I am all about holy cramoly right here. I just want to take this and put it in a frame. Look at it, you guys. Now, Stampin' Up! Had a video, and I don't know if it's out yet, but this is painted by Stampin' Up! Artists. And there was a video showing her doing this acrylic paints and creating the layers and layers and layers for this paper. And then what Stampin' Up! Does is they take pictures of what the artist makes and they scan it in to color match with Stampin' Up's colors. Look at that side for that one. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. Now, this paper is 6x6, and it is not in any way, shape, or form ugly at all. And it's basically made for you to just use right. Oh my gosh, look at that. I guess the backs aren't all just quiet, huh? Ooh, look at those two together. Those two would be fabulous together. Just incredible. So I ordered 2 of them, and one of you is going to get one of my packages, and another person is going to get the adhesive backed birds and dragonflies, because I ordered 2 of those as well. So yeah, this is just stunning. So this will be available for customers next month. But as you know, there's the 35-35, which is the joining special. And when you join Stampin' Up, you can put anything in your starter kit that is a pre-order for demonstrators. So for example, if you wanted to do your 35-35, where you could do 35% off, where you would get $125 for $68, or you can do the 35% more, which is $168 or something like that for $99. Whoa. So it's a great joining special. I've got a blog, you guys, that shares information on that. The biggest question people say is, well, what happens if I don't keep up with my things? You know, do I have to give it back? There's nothing like that. You will get your 20% discount every time you place an order, or higher discount, just depending upon what you want to do with it. Most of my demonstrators are just hobby demonstrators, so they just do it for themselves and get their discounts. So this is new online exclusive things coming out next month for customers, pre-order for demonstrators. But I do want to share one more thing, you guys, that Gwen talked about, and it again is just this idea with the when the paper's too big and bold, something else you could do. And that is, again, in that idea of using less of it. This was going to be kind of the start of my 3rd card, so I'll just share the idea anyway with you. So I had Pretty Peacock here, and then I had a layering of the basic white. And then I went ahead and I cut down 3 3/4 by, this one was 3, and this was 3 3/4 by 2.5. I don't like putting things right in the center halfway. So then again, this is taking a big bold print and using just a smaller amount. And then this is going to come here like so. And then what do you do for this? Well, you simply need something that's just going to go across, right? Now you've got that beautiful thing there, but you can also then bring in a little bit more if you wanted to down here. And see how that's coming together just like so, right? And then think about, okay, what else does this card need? Well, it's just going to need a sentiment, and I think a circle sentiment would be wonderful here. So I'll finish this card, and I will put it on the Stampin' Cafe page. I'll put all 3 of these cards there, just as inspiration for you to do your card idea with any of the tips that Gwen from her video shares, and she shares like 20 tips. So it's great fun. Now let me go ahead, you guys. I want to make sure, because Rhonda had come in earlier and I don't think I got her name down. So let me just go back. Oh, and Shar. Yep, because it is Prize Patrol night, guys, you know, cafe treats. And if you won cafe treats last time, I will be mailing those out with these newest ones. The picture papers that have been making oh, I know. It is unbelievable what their artists can do. And when I saw that video of that artist creating one of the pages, it blew me away. Okay, I'm just looking to make sure. I've got Becky, yep. Got Shar, got Linda, Nichelle, yep. Okay, I think we're good. And Teresa, yep. And Linda, were you just on your own tonight, hon? No bee and bun? Okay. All right. Well, here we go. I'm just going to leave it like this, you guys. And let's see. Oh, I got to do my... All right. I got you, Sherry. And I got you, Betty. I think I'm good. Oh, you guys, I'm sorry. I always pull out the big numbers. I just don't understand. Ha! A number 5. Nichelle! Miss Nichelle, you won number 5. Would you like the paper or the dragonflies and birds? I know she's going to say the paper. And then my second winner is number 7 is Susan. Susan. But Susan, my question is, did you already order these things? You want the dragonflies? Okay. So Susan, the paper is yours. Are you still with me, Miss Susan? I don't know. All right, you guys. Well, I will finish this third card right here. So use a little bit of the paper that you think is gross. Big things, cut them out. Big things, just, again, use little amounts. And there we go. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for joining. Oh, you didn't order it. Great, Susan. That is yours. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys. Thanks for sharing and all of that. And again, check out Stampin' Cafe on Facebook. If you're not a member, go ahead and request to join. I'll post this third card and the other cards as just as inspiration for my challenge for this month, so you can win any designer series paper of your choice. Yeah, fun stuff. Oh, hey, Lynn. Oh, okay, guys. Until next time, happy stampin'.